Hello guys, and welcome back to the Essex Nestbox Diaries. I thought I'd give you a quick update. So we last left you on the 11th with 7 out of our 8 eggs that hatched. So today's the 12th. We still have 7 out of 8 of our eggs. On this particular day, the day actually started really early, around 5:15. This is an hour later, so the mother's already been in and out about 10-15 times already. But I've still not really seen the male yet, so I am getting a little bit concerned. And I mean, my main concern really is these babies need about 100 caterpillars a day to keep them going, and that's a lot of work. We've got 7 babies, potentially 8 babies, so that's potentially 800 caterpillars per day for the mother, and I just think that's going to be really hard work for her. So yeah, I've got my fingers crossed. I have heard him outside. I've not actually seen him come in the box. I've not actually seen him outside either, but watching back these videos, I have heard him call to her outside, and I'm quite used to his distinctive call. So I do recognize it, but he's only done that a couple of times, and I will show you later on in the video of him doing this. But I just wanted to share some of these videos of the babies really early in the morning. They're not very active, they've not really had much of a feed, so you'll see as the videos go on that they'll be sticking their heads in the ears. They're doing right now really, and trying to get food. Now these babies currently are completely blind, they're deaf, and they're completely mute, which is really a good thing, I guess. It kind of keeps their location secret, so I didn't actually know they were completely silent and mute, but I kind of understand now. I've been reading up about it a bit, and it does make sense, I guess. If these babies were chirping away, I guess they'll probably give their location away. So yeah, they're completely blind. They literally are doing this on pure instinct. Maybe they're doing it through vibration. Now the nest box can, I guess, vibrate because of windy days or stuff like that, but I'm just trying to figure out how they know when the mother's back, and it seems to me that they're sticking their beaks up in the air more or less all the time. They only do it for a couple of seconds at a go. They do get tired. They're quite weak at the moment. Obviously, they're newborns. So by lunchtime, our final egg does actually hatch. So we've got our full house now. We've got 8 eggs, and that's all the babies. So I'm pretty happy really, but at the same time, very nervous. It's very hard to count these babies because they do move around quite a lot, and they do tend to get kind of pushed under each other. They've got no body control at the moment, so it's quite difficult for them to keep upright and keep on top. So they're constantly wiggling about, trying to keep their mouth open, I guess, waiting for mummy to feed them. I will zoom in a second and kind of show you the 8 babies. I'll try to slow it down just so you can see it. Although featherless, I still find them very cute. They're very hungry babies. The mother, again, she's just amazing. She has been feeding quite a bit, but I'm fearing that it's not enough. We've actually had quite a lot of rain as well, which also prevents the mother from going out. So on this particular day, it was quite a rainy day, and unfortunately it will continue to rain for the next week or two. So I'm quite fearful for these babies, but I will keep my fingers crossed for the mother. Now the next video I'm going to share with you, I've got to warn you, actually, it's not for the faint-hearted. I just want to show it to you though, because I found it quite interesting. When these babies defecate, they actually defecate in a small little pouch that I thought the mother usually gets rid of. But what I've actually been noticing is she actually eats it, which is quite disgusting. But I'm taking a wild guess that these babies, when they eat their food, maybe they're not fully developed and they're not um, digesting their food fully, and the mother is just making use of the leftover nutrients, or simply that the mother knows that the father's not there to help, and she's doing this out of desperation. But I wanted to share it with you nevertheless. So next clip I got to warn you is going to be a bit graphical, but I'll slow it down again just so you can see what's happening, because these birds do move quite fast. So yeah, you'll see her rummaging around like this until she comes across anything, and she just swallows it. She actually does this quite often. At first I wasn't sure what she was doing. I thought she was just rearranging the chicks, but I guess she's cleaning out the nest box. So this is about 1 o'clock, 1:30, and she's probably been in and out of the box probably about over 100 times, maybe more. And she's absolutely soaked by this point. She's quite tired. I mean, you saw the baby, one of the babies there, poking their head out. I guess still have not had enough feed, but she does need to have a rest, and she does come back in every now and then like this, and she'll have a sit on the baby, I guess to keep them warm, and also to have a little break herself. Now moving on a few hours during the day, this is about 4:30. You hear the male come in. So yeah, he calls her outside. The minute she hears him, she goes out, and I guess he's probably feeding her outside near the box somewhere. It's not often that he comes, but when he does come, is always appreciated. So fast forward into the end of day. This is about 8:50. It's the last visit that the female makes, the last feed that she does for the day. I'm not sure how many times she's been in and out of the box, but I'd say it's well over 400 or 500 times. It's really hard for me to count just because there's so much activity going on. But yeah, it's been a very, very busy day for her. I'm sure she's absolutely knackered. But as I said, this is quite a late evening for her as well. So she calls it a day. She comes back, and within the next 5 minutes, the lights will turn off, and she does eventually go to bed, ready for the next day. Now moving on to the 13th, the day starts off nice and early as usual. Mother gets into action and starts heading out to feed the babies. So yeah, we've got 8 babies at the moment, and they're all doing very well. But unfortunately it's a very, very rainy day, and as I said, it does hinder the mum from getting food, and it does really tire her out. Imagine being wet and having wet feathers. Takes a lot more effort to fly, and you can actually see her here. She's by 12 o'clock she's absolutely knackered, soaking wet, and has just come into the box here and just trying to have a little break, but the babies aren't having none of it. You can see they're still screaming if they could for food, but she does try to get as much rest as she can. I'm sure that's very important for her. Her well-being is very important. If anything happens to her, then unfortunately it will affect these kids very negatively. So for her to take care of herself and make sure that she takes regular breaks is very important for her. But she's very keen to go. I mean, sometimes she does head out to the door, has a look out, sees that it's raining, and comes back in and decides against it. So moving on to about 4 o'clock, the mother continues to feed. She does have little breaks, but this is all she does all day, in and out of the box. Now I was counting the babies to make sure we had all the babies. I can only count 7 throughout the whole day, and I did have to search quite hard to make sure that all the babies are there. And eventually I do actually find it. Here's a picture of all 8 babies, just to prove to you that we still do have 8 healthy babies. Well, I say 8 healthy babies. I believe we have 6 healthy babies, definitely, because I can always count 6. Every now and then I can count 7, and it seems our 8th baby is very, very weak. I imagine they're the runt of the litter. But the mother's, still doing quite well. She's obviously keeping these babies alive. She has done now for 2 days, which is quite good. So she is getting their nutrients to them. So moving on to the end of the day now. Here's a really adorable little video for you. So this is, as I said, the end of the day, and you can tell by this video how tired the mother is, and it seems like the babies are quite tired too. I guess being fed all day is quite tiring. But yeah, so this is the end of the day, as I said, and the lights do go out in about 4 minutes, and that is really it for the 13th. I shall end the video here as part 1. I will do another part 2 as an update, but thank you for watching, and we'll keep you updated shortly. Bye bye.